One thing that doesn't change here in Cannes is the obsession with stardom, causing a stir even among the ultra-sophisticates of the French film world.
Well, it's a little surreal finding yourself in that situation and also understanding that, okay, after whatever it was, this is the moment of truth where I'm going to find out if this all gelled or didn't gel. And so you can imagine it was a little dreamlike. Of course, I hoped that it would go well, and it went, from my standpoint, it went very well. So I was very appreciative.
The whole thing was a surprise. It was amazing. It was very emotional, very overstimulating, but beautiful. It was very, very amazing to see it like that for the first time. I'm happy that's the way I saw it.
I had seen it a lot, but I hadn't seen it with that with an audience, and I hadn't seen it with well, in this instance, D.B. Sweeney walking on the interactive press conference part. Whenever I saw it, it was the same aspect ratio. But so I was really moved by it in ways that I hadn't been before, which I think is a testament to the movies that Francis makes. That he's very principled in making scenes and dialogue and have characters show and not tell. And because of which that's why his movies, in part, why they have longevity, because there's always something to discover about them. And that's with this one too. I was moved in times that I hadn't been before.
It's meant so much. I mean, there are really no words, but I'm going to try and find some. I mean, it's very special. It's been really special. And a very unique experience, and like nothing I'd ever experienced before. And it felt very to be trusted to play a character in a movie that has been, an idea for 40 years. It was a huge responsibility, and it's been really, really just, so special. And the cast and Francis and everybody was so collaborative and supportive, and it's been really unique and an experience that once in a lifetime type of thing.
I'm aware that we're living in times, post-internet, which is where many things are changing. One of the things that are changing is journalism is going through a trauma of how will journalism survive when we're used to having, or many things. How will that survive? What will happen to cinema? Will it stay the way it is, or will it ever more turn into basically making sequels and the same movie over and over again? When I was young, I remember I wanted to make a musical. And I was told, well, musicals are not being made now. And I said, well, why not? He said, because they've decided that musicals are not a good form. And then later on, I wanted to make a Western. And I was told, well, Westerns are not really being made now. I developed a whole Western that I thought was a really wonderful script with a writer who had written it. And no one, they said they're not doing Westerns. And so I lost it. But fortunately, Clint Eastwood bought the script and made it, and it was called, what was the great Clint Eastwood Western?
Unforgiven?
The Unforgiven. It was the script that nobody would let me make. So I don't understand this idea that certain movies can be made and certain movies can't be made. Why can't whatever is alive be made? So I tried to live my life in a way that, for me at least, that would be possible. That whatever I wanted to do, I could. I even took a period from the time I made the John Grisham movie, The Rainmaker, where I took a 20-year hiatus just to learn more about movies without having a career for a while. I guess what I'm saying in a sentence is that I tried not to adhere to the rules and try to live by my own rules. streaming is a funny word, because I was back with The Godfather. I was sent by Paramount, who made The Godfather at that time, to go on a tour to introduce to audiences the idea of home video. We went all around and showed, oh, here is The Godfather on a disc, on a big disc. And then later it became DVDs. And streaming is just home video. I mean, I don't know why they call it streaming. It's home video. Everyone knows what that is. And of course, people have now in their homes beautiful television sets with good sound. Of course, there'll be a life for that. But that's where the long-term money is for movies. It's the 40 years of people buying the same movie over and over, which happened to Apocalypse Now. So since I took the risk, I want to own that, which I do. And so I'm not interested in selling that to someone else. I want to be able to control it, I guess. But it's home video. They call it streaming is nonsense.
This experience, I mean, I feel like I said before, it's like nothing I've ever experienced. But I think for me, the most, the thing that I'll take away from it is just how dedicated and everybody was, and just like that sort of sense of service to this vision of Francis's, like it's just that real commitment, and everyone really threw themselves in and really surrendered to the process. And I think that was a really beautiful thing to see and to witness. And yeah, I was very proud to be a part of that.
I'll remember the games we all played. So many games. And I'll never forget, Francis made John Boyd and I play a game where we had to entwine our bodies. I think we did it too, right before we did our scene, where we had to like become one organism and talk the same and say the same thing at the same time and move our limbs and become some kind of creature. And I like things like that.
Yeah, it was one of the best shooting experiences I've ever had. Yeah, that's my takeaway.
You know, for me, these actors were not just collaborators in working on their roles. They were collaborators on the whole movie. The things they said or things they knew or observed affected everything. The music, the cutting, to me, it was really a film made by a group. And if I was something, all I was the coach. You know, that they were playing the game, but I was the coach.